Heyo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Kirby Nightmare and Dreamland Randomizer Meta Nightmare. That parasol is actually kind of terrifying because it was just going directly for us. Same with that head dude, just like, bruh, what are you doing? Leave us alone. Either way, we're gonna take this one up and go on our merry way. We're also gonna do the down button because it's just really fun to do, and I'm really glad that we can actually cancel that button. Otherwise, we could have just landed to our death. We're also just not going to press that button until we need it, so I'm pretty sure all that gives us is like one of the mini-games which you can't even do. And here's one of those areas in a game where I'm like, why is it like this? Because it gives us 4 paths, but it doesn't give us anything but really deadly penguins, which may or may not be KNiDLR's family. What do you feel about that, guys? Do you think they're part of his family, or what? They don't have any, like, hammers. No, I really like how Meta Knight's actually slower in the water versus Kirby, which just makes sense, because he's kind of like a balloon versus, like metal? Because I'm assuming he's going to be wearing, like, a steel or metal helmet. But, yeah, back to that topic. One thing that I do find interesting about DDD is that, despite having all the other penguin enemies in Kirby games being able to use ice moves and stuff like that, KNiDLR is the only one that doesn't. He's also the only one to use a hammer aside from, like, Wild Bonkers. So I think that's kind of interesting. But also go through this door this time to get the 1-up, because we didn't in our main playthrough, and I forgot that there's also 1-up down there. We're gonna try to get that as well. It might be a little bit deadly, but that's okay. And speaking of bonkers, I forgot you were like right here. Dude, you're like way out of range. Apparently we have a further range than you, and we take that. And that wallaby just tried to jump up on us, but unfortunately, for it missed us. But that's okay, because now we're going to try to grab this, and hopefully we'll be able to do that. Good, we did. That could have literally just gone wrong. No, are you me and the A button for whatever reason, he doesn't always like to hover. But now onto the next door. Only this is also one of the only times in this game that these bird enemies, or enemies quote unquote, because they don't really attack us, but they just are kind of there. They don't move or anything, they're just like the little devil enemies or demon enemies, whatever you'd like to call them, that really just about hit us. That would have been honestly pretty funny. I would have laughed at it, but nope. Nah, wheelies, no thank you. And no thank you, electrical dude. We really don't want to get hit by you either. And I forgot that there are spikes right down at the bottom there. And I believe the wheelies do make us invisible to spikes as long as they're going really fast. And speaking of going really fast, I really like how in most Nintendo games, going over gaps like that, one running really fast, actually ends up making you safe. And I was gonna say, let's see if we can make it through this room safely. Well, also you could just go to speed this up just so I can focus a bit, because 3 lives with bikes like this is a big oof. And there's health at the bottom. I like how I said that, and yet it didn't really change anything. But you know what? It's okay. It is what it is. And looks like this area is actually going to have the arena one, which is also going to be really nice for us because we could use as much maximum tomatoes as possible. And oh no, this area is also terrifying. There's lots of these guys just like flying everywhere, and of course spikes. And Meta Knight being very heavy, you can easily hit the spikes just like right there. Cool, wish me luck, guys. You're with us. Gosh darn it. And I almost made it through safely that time, but not quite. Also, I think that's the only 1-up I'm actually not going to try to go for, because it's just gonna go a lot worse than it would be useful. And oh no, not one of these guys. Hopefully it'll be okay though. We'll have to see about that. I already know, but that's okay. And attempt number 2 with you guys here, because why not? Now, I wonder how the fight's going to be against Meta Knight. Like, are we going to fight against Meta Knight? Or is it going to be something different? Like, what do you guys feel is going to be like that? Especially if you guys haven't also actually done this mode before as well. It's really interesting just tagging along with people who are doing like blind playthroughs and stuff for games that you also haven't played, versus ones that you have played as well. Okay, apparently that one was a lot easier, but now we only have 2 lives. I'm just gonna wait for that guy to just walk off, because it's just gonna be a lot safer for us than to try to go after him. And I don't know if we can actually get this or not without, you know, being able to inhale. But obviously there's probably going to be some way to be able to get it. Right now, I don't know that way. If I figure something out, I will surely let you guys know. But for now, we move on and use a beautiful, beautiful spike move right out to the next door, maybe. Which unfortunately, we didn't actually find a little switch for that, but that's okay. Also, one thing I also noticed while playing this game is that, once you get hit, that little invisible spot actually allows you to deal damage, and out we go! Over here, which is perfect, because it gives us another life. That's too bad it's not the arena switch, though. I don't actually remember where that one is, so I'm gonna have to go through that separately. Unless you guys really want to see where it actually is. We probably found it in, the other, playthrough. Once again, I don't know if you guys want to consider this to be a separate playthrough, or in the same kind of playthrough. What do you guys feel about that? Because I can see it being kind of like both, but also Dan did that without taking any damage, and we're also going to hit it before it does give us damage. Because their explosions, unsurprisingly, do give us damage. But also a little bit surprising because in Zelda games, when enemies explode after, getting destroyed, they don't take any damage. Which I also find kind of interesting how Nintendo just makes things so different, yet so similar at the same time. We just barely made it out there alive. Now it's the final stage before the boss, so let's see how this goes, especially with all these wheelies over here. We're just gonna go up here to safety, and we're just gonna try to hit the wheelies from up above, because that's just what I did when I was playing through here with Kirby. Because with the extra mode, it also only gives us like 3 health bars, or, what are they? Would it be like health pellets or health bars, or what do you guys consider it to be? So it was also really dangerous, just like right here. This is absolutely terrifying because we can get squished. Thankfully we made it to safety and didn't. Now hopefully we can find some food before we actually get KO'd, which is probably going to happen. Just these thing Waddle Dee just about landed right on top of us. This area is actually kind of terrifying now. But thankfully Meta Knight has like the most strongest freaking sword in the world right now in Kirby. But dang, okay, good to know there's a maximum tomato here as well as a 1-up. So I'm glad that I remember that that's what that door does. I believe going through that door over there doesn't bring us to the exit. So we go through it manually, which is right next to it. And now let's go into Yogurt Yard boss and see how this goes. Oh no, it's this dude. I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit annoying, but who knows, when I was playing it with Kirby using the sword ability, it wasn't too bad. Although, that being said too, Meta Knight also does destroy the, the ground too. But, hey, there we go. Nice and easy, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, we made it out to Orange Ocean. Which, just like last episode, let's see how far we can get through it with only 1 life. And I don't think I'm actually going to bother trying to fight Fan because, well, we can't even pick it up. And there we go. That's where we lose that life. Which means, this time, I actually will reset the game, because having 2 lives, actually maybe not, I don't know if I want to continue or not. We'll figure that out. I'll probably try to continue without 1-ups, but if not, we'll see you next episode. Either way, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up, slap that subscribe button, send something down in the comments down below, do what you do, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.